Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Fredrick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. You know, ever since Transwest started producing this type of truck, the goal has always been to produce the safest towing vehicle on the market. So we're going to take a look at a brand new 2024 Freightliner M2 106. Now this is the Plus model. So as we start and take a look at it from the side, I mean, a lot of it still maintained the same from the 2023s and even the 2024 editions. And we're going to point out some of the differences as we go through. But as we look at it from the side, we can still see tons of advantages that this truck has over pickups. And the reason I compare these to pickups all the time is because I know that people that are looking at this video and are kind of starting to take a look at this truck also are in the market for pickups, and chances are they're currently driving one. So that's why I talk about that so much. So as we compare this to a pickup, a big safety advantage is obvious, and that's simply the size and the mass of this truck. If we are unfortunate enough to get into an accident, our chances of walking away in this truck are substantially higher than a pickup. This truck weighs approximately 14,000 pounds. Well, if you compare that to a pickup, that's twice as much, because the average pickup runs about 7,500. So if we start here and we'll take a look at one of the storage compartments, it comes with two on each side. A larger one in front. We see it's diamond plated, and it comes with a connection for an air hose. That is something I think you would use more than you realize when you purchase the truck. You can do things like air up the air on the tires, but you can also use it to help keep the interior clean, you know, brush yourself off before you get in, and kind of use that on a regular basis. The trickle charger is here. That is to assist the batteries in maintaining power. If you're on the road and want to keep the lights on at night, simply plug that into a regular 110 outlet to assist the batteries. It comes with two 50-gallon fuel tanks, one under here, one on the opposite side. As the truck is sitting in rest, that fuel balances itself out. However, you're going to want to fuel it up independently. Beside it is the DEF tank, which holds up to 6 gallons. Underneath here is the block heater. People that live in cold climates can't plug that truck in at night. You can see this is different than the old models. That's one way you can detect that a Freightliner is the Plus series, if it has that air intake located there. So as we come on around and take a look directly from the front, we'll start at the ground and work our way up. We see that the bumper design is different than previous models because there's sensors located here. Consequently, you will put your license plate on here. Now the bumper is still 3 parts. So if you are in an accident and ding one part of it up, you can simply replace that without having to do the entire bumper. As we come on up, an aftermarket grille. Above that, the hood is made of compressed fiberglass. Therefore, it is extremely tough and durable. As we come on up and take a look at the windshield, that's 2,500 square inches of glass. So that, coupled with the fact that we are already above traffic, makes visibility simply outstanding. On the top part of the center of the windshield, you can see more sensors. This truck does things like lane departure, automatic cruise, that sort of thing, to help upgrade the trucks to make them even safer. In addition to that, it has rain detection for the windshield wipers. So those sensors are all located right there. As we take a look under the hood, that is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 360 horsepower and roughly 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. One thing to notice, how things are color coordinated. Where we see red, we're going to leave that for the Freightliner mechanics. However, where we see yellow, such as here and directly across, those are things we can check in a pre-trip inspection. Fuel water separator located here. Power steering fluid here. Now, if we do leave lights on and something happens and the batteries are dead, we can actually jump start the vehicle located right there without having to tear into the batteries. Those batteries are located underneath the back seat. As we come in and take a look at the tires, it comes with Michelin 255 80R 22.5. One thing unique about the Summit Hauler conversion is this additional drum located here. Those are tire balancers. So those come with BBs and a little bit of hydraulic oil. So as you pick up speed and gain momentum, that balances the entire rotating mass. Consequently, things are safer if everything is balanced. It makes for a more comfortable ride. In addition to that, it will extend tire life up to 40%. This truck is stock number 5N240271. As we take a look inside the driver's seat, one thing to notice is the interior. See how this is a dark brown color? It's very similar to a King Ranch and Ford in terms of the color. Both the driver and passenger seat are air ride. Those adjustments can be made right here. They can be heated as well. This is for the lumbar system, so that lets air in and out of the back of the seat. Furthermore, this truck comes with a kill switch. I realize that whoever purchases this truck, chances are you're not going to use it for your daily driver. Consequently, it may sit, a month or two. Therefore, by utilizing that kill switch, it will prolong the lifetime of the batteries. As we take a look at the back seat, it can be made down into a bed using this switch here. For those of you that have followed the videos for a while, you can see this is in a different spot. It's easier to get to now. And then taken right back up to the normal sitting position. I have checked with the DOT, and that does qualify as a bed. As we focus on the bed of the truck, 4-inch rails running along each side. One unique thing about the Summit Hauler conversion is it has an extra 10 inches on the wheelbase, and that is for smoothness of ride. So that's one advantage Summit Hauler has over the competition. The backup camera is located right there. As we come on down, 2 holes already pre-drilled. If you are in need of additional storage, we can either have that box shipped right to your location, or with enough notice, we can have that already here and installed and ready to go. So by putting those holes in, that makes installation very easy. As we come back, we see a trough is cut out of the bed of the truck. We've had multiple trade-ins with this all beat up back here. So by cutting this trough out, that eliminates that. It comes with a gooseneck ball already. With that being said, a high percentage of my customers purchase the Hensley hitch. That is a hitch that is on airbags. Basically, it's air suspension. It's also known as the trailer saver, therefore prolonging the life of your trailer. Plus, you won't feel every little bump as you're going down the road. This is where you hook up the lights for either a gooseneck or a bumper pull. Now as we come back and down, this is a huge upgrade over the previous Summit hauler. That is the bumper pull hitch. This has a weight of it of 30,000 pounds. As you can see, two options for the ball for your trailer. In addition to that, you can raise or lower it. And if you didn't want it on there at all, simply remove that pin and take it off. So that is one of the biggest upgrades that we had on the Plus models. As we come around, another advantage that the Summit hauler conversion offers is there's weight over the rear end of the truck, approximately 800 pounds. Because as we look at it from the side right here, obviously it's heavier in the front than the back. So by putting extra weight on the rear end, it helps do a couple of things for us. One, it helps prevent hydroplaning if we're driving without the trailer on, in terms of putting weight over the rear end. Plus, it helps with traction if we find ourselves in muddy situations. We see a row of orange lights, or a row of lights running across the bottom. This truck really lights itself up at night. Above that, we see more lights running across here. A safety advantage to this truck is this tread that's put on. So by getting up and in, if it is raining, gives you more traction. As we take a look at the passenger seat, similar to the driver, that it is air, but the same adjustments can be made. Under here actually gives us access to the fuse boxes for their truck. So that's a big advancement there because they're very simple to get to. As we take a look at the back seat, I can safely say that the Summit hauler conversion has the softest, most comfortable seats on the market today. So that really makes those long journeys feel like nothing. As we take a look under the back seat towards the rear, that's the fuses for the conversion. So we're not stumbling around trying to find them. They are located right there. Now let's crawl on in and take a closer look. And we'll start by taking a look directly in front. This kind of confirms what we talked about when we were on the outside. See how we are above traffic, coupled with the fact of the large windshield really makes visibility outstanding because we can see what's going on in front of us. In addition to that, we can see what's coming along the sides as well. Now as we look at the dash, they were wraparound. This is flat, but it's really simplified things to make it more user-friendly. Some examples are, this is the dome light. This is an additional footwell light. This is the pre-trip inspection. That was on the other trucks as well, but you press that, all of the lights on the outside of the truck light up. So one individual can make sure everything is working properly before you start your trip. In addition to that, traction control located here, shadow override there. That one, if we have a major breakdown in the truck, you can press that and it'll override. So basically it'll allow you to drive 5 to 10 miles per hour to get off the side of the road. Lane departure warning right here. Automatic cruise located right here, also known as automatic brake assistance. Another big difference, remember we had that panel right here to adjust to terms of when you go forward or reverse. Well, that's on the steering column now. So we release the brake and we can turn it to D for drive or R for reverse to start our travels. Another switch that you notice is missing is the engine brake. That's here now. So you bring it down. There's 3 levels, low, medium, and high for the engine brake. And why is that a big deal? Well, let's compare that to a pickup that has an exhaust brake. That exhaust brake, limits the exhaust to slow everything down. Well, this is a true engine brake. So if you're coming down a sharp decline and we have that engine brake on, you actually have 350 horses coming back at us. Consequently, that will slow everything down and therefore make things safer for you and your family and the other drivers on the road as well. As we take a look at the dash, it's been simplified to make things easier. An example of that, if we look at the fuel gauge located here, it is combined with the def gauge, with the def being in blue and the fuel being in white. So all you have to do is take one look to see where both of those are at. Another one is the air pressure gauge that actually has 2 inside the one. The white is for the primary and the blue is the secondary. The secondary assists with the brakes, but also monitors things like air in the bed of the truck or the cab, things like that. So you have both of those monitored on one gauge. As we take a look, it is a digital speedometer. As we look at the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, you can press for different options for the dash. Example, you can monitor your fuel mileage. It allows you to monitor how much air is in the tires, all depending on which specific setting that you're comfortable with. On the right side, this is our cruise control. One service we provide is having your Bluetooth hooked up for you so you can answer or hang up on calls located here. This is for if your trailer does require air, we can put those glad hands on for you wherever you want them to be and allow air to your trailer. Red arc trailer brake located here. We come across, we did leave a few options buttons. So if you want to add more to the truck, you can use those option buttons instead of having to put in a different switch or button. This locks the differential. This is the dump valve. So you press that, lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. You would use that when hooking up your trailer. Let all the air out, utilize your backup camera, makes hooking up the trailer very simple. This is rear air conditioning. Right now it's on, set to blue. This is for the fan. So that blows the cold air into the back of the cab. Conversely, you can press the red button in the winter time for heat to assist blowing hot air to the back as well. The backup camera is located right above me. Air horn located here. This is the microphone to assist you when you're talking on the phone, things like that. Radio located here. Comes with Apple Play as well with those connections over there. Here is for a USB or a 110 plug-in as well. Climate control located here. A little small storage area here. Cup holders here. And as we open up and take a look inside the console, we can see more than adequate storage room. So as we review, this is a 2024 Freightliner M2 106 Summon Hauler Plus model. If you have any other questions, please reach out to me at 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in today.